Hello and welcome to class. This is module 7 of the course dancing, and in this um, module, we'll be talking about Asian and Australian dance styles. These dance styles are actually incredibly diverse, and they range from ancient, spiritual, indigenous, aboriginal dances like kangaroo and cassowary dances, and traditional Asian forms like the Filipino fan dances, to the modern global trends, the K-pop, the Afrofusion, and all, and unique Aussie creations like the bush dance and Melbourne shuffle, all reflecting rich cultural histories and fusion. So this model will introduce everyone to Asian and Australian dance traditions. It will focus on cultural foundations, the movement style, and step-by-step progression. Sorry. Okay, yeah. So Asian and Australian dances are rooted in history, spirituality, and storytelling. Asian dances evolved through rituals, royal courts, and theatre, while Australian dance reflects indigenous ceremonies and modern expression. For this module, we would look at the characteristics of Asian and Australian dance styles, Asian dance styles, Australian dance styles, beginner to professional progression, performance, and ethics. And then, so what are the key characteristics of this dance style? Yes, number one is storytelling and symbolism. Then you have expressive arm and facial movements, strong posture and controlled motion, cultural and spiritual meaning, balance of tradition and innovation. So the Asian dance styles are they use codified movements to express stories, emotions, and cultural values. Then the major forms include Indian, the East Asian, the Korean dance traditions, the Philippines, the general Asia, and the modern trends. So for the Indian, classical dances like Bharatanatyam, is known for intricate footwork and storytelling. Then the for the Philippines, traditional dances like the elegant fan dance or pagape is common across Southeast Asia and spiritual dances. For general Asia, it includes diverse forms like traditional Chinese opera dance, the Japanese kabuki, Thai classical dance, and vibrant folk dances from many regions. It's often tied to festivals or daily life anyway. And for the modern trends, I mentioned one earlier, the K-pop, that's the Korean pop dance, is globally popular. You know it, and alongside styles like EU's, Afro or band dance. So let's look at the Indian classical dance. For the um, beginner, posture, foot stamping, and basic gestures. For intermediate, you have combined movements, storytelling, rhythm, and for advanced, complex rhythms, emotional depth, and performance praise. For the Chinese dance, beginner, you have upright posture and the circular arm movement. For intermediate, you have directional changes and coordination. For the advanced, you have dynamic choreography and expressive control. And for the Japanese traditional dance, you have the for the beginner low posture, slow deliberate steps. You have for the intermediate and advanced, you have refined timing and expressive minimalism. Yeah. For the Korean dance and K-pop, for traditional, you have breath, you got flow, you got balance, and for the K-pop beginner, you have rhythmic steps, arm patterns, and for the advanced, you have high energy, synchronized play. So Australian dance styles, it includes indigenous ceremonial traditions and contemporary forms, which is often influenced by global dance practices. So you have the indigenous Aboriginal dance, the bush dance, the Melbourne shuffle, the new vogue, and the fusion. So for the indigenous dance, that's the ancient, spiritual, and central to ceremonies, depicting animals like kangaroo, cassowary, hauntings or warnings. It uses body paints and natural costumes. Yeah, and for the bush dance, you have energetic folk dances like the drongo, evolving from European traditions and often with simple steps and group participation. For the Melbourne Shuffle, it's just a fast-paced rave dance originating in the late 1980s, and the New Vogue is a modern form of ballroom and sequence dancing. And the contemporary is Aboriginal movements integrated into modern performances, and global styles is blending with local flair. So for the indigenous Australian dance, going forward to for the beginner, that's grounded stance and symbolic movement. For intermediates, group synchronization. For advanced, ceremonial accuracy and cultural respect. Contemporary Australian dance. For beginner, you have the free movement and breath control. For intermediate, you have floor work and transitions. For advanced, complex choreography and performance identity. So for the beginner to professional progression, for beginner, you have the basic steps and cultural context, and for intermediate, technique and expression. For the advanced, you have stamina and storytelling. For professional, you have performance and ethical ethical representation. Before I go, I'll just the key difference and similarities, between the Asian and Australian dance, like you have the cultural roots, yeah. So the Asian dance often draws from deep spiritual, religious, or royal traditions, while the Australian dance blends ancient indigenous storytelling with colonial European folk and modern global influences, and of course storytelling too. The both continents uses or use dance rather to tell stories from Aboriginal creation myths and animal totems to traditional Asian epics and modern narratives. And for evolution, both regions see vibrant evolution with traditional forms coexisting alongside global trends like hip hop, K-pop, and contemporary dance. So I believe that this module has highlighted Asian and Australian dance styles through cultural understanding and step-by-step learning. So mastery requires discipline, expressive clarity, and respect for cultural origins. All right, thank you. I'll see you in the next module again.